This might be the most controversial top 10 LR list from The Truth, potentially ever. Let's talk about it, let's just get right into it. I think it's only reasonable that I start the video by addressing the elephant in the room. The elephant being the top 3 units on this list. Do I agree with it? What's my opinion on this? Obviously, The Truth has said that he still has, as you can see right there, Orange Piccolo as the number 1 de facto unit in Dokkan to this day. Considering how old Orange Piccolo is, the fact that there is even a conversation about Orange Piccolo being number 1 is insane. The fact that The Truth not only is having that conversation, but at the end of the conversation he is saying that Orange Piccolo is the number 1 unit. That's insane, considering how old Orange Piccolo is. Because not only did Orange Piccolo come out before the 9th anniversary LRs, Orange Piccolo was released even before the 8th anniversary LRs. There has never been a unit in the history of this game that has aged as well as Orange Piccolo, which is crazy to say. Would I personally agree with that? It's tough to say. Like, realistically, I think you can argue either of the two as number 1 or 2. I think if Broly transformed on turn 4, then I would be more inclined to say Broly is better. But it is tough to say. Like, if Broly either had a better team, he's got a good team to be fair, so I can't really criticize that part too much. But transforming turn 5 is not ideal. Like, realistically, Broly should transform turn 4 and then Gogeta turn 3. Gogeta's turn 4 transformation is perfectly fine. It's the fact that Broly is turn 5. Like, turn 4 and turn 5. The Truth said it best. Like, even though it's only a 1 turn difference, it makes a huge difference. But like I said, I think you can argue either of them two as 1 or 2. Right after them is Gogeta. I think Gogeta is really good in terms of the offense, the dodging, the rainbow orbs, can't argue with that. I think Bulma is basically perfectly fine at number 4. If you want to say Bulma's number 3, I wouldn't even criticize you too much. Bulma would stop at number 3. At best she would be number 3, but I think number 4 is a good spot for her. She is basically a perfect support unit. I think the unit that I'm most confident that is perfectly placed on this top 10 is Gohan. I think Gohan being number 5 is perfect for him. I don't think he's deserving of number 4. I think number 6 would be a bit too harsh for him. I think number 5 is perfectly fine. But then 6 to 10 is where I would make some changes. It's not huge changes, but I would make some small changes. When it comes to the GT Duo and the Super Saiyan Trio, you might be surprised to hear that I personally might even have the Super Saiyan Trio above the GT Duo. And the reason that I would swap them two around, potentially, not definitely, but potentially, is because the Super Saiyan Trio recently gained like a crap ton of value with Gogeta and Broly. The fact that both of them are Super Saiyans gives the Super Saiyan Trio like so much value. Like, their team, like the Super Saiyan team, like, you can legitimately argue that team as the best team in the game right now, like, considering everything that team can do in terms of offense, and then even defensively the team is very capable. So if you wanna swap them two around, I'm not gonna criticize you too much. Next is UI Goku. UI Goku, I'm fine with that. With his dodge and the fact that he can get over 20 million attack stats after he's built up, his defensive levels can get up to decent points. Like, UI Goku's very good. One of the best Easy A's, if not the best. Honestly, I would say UI Goku is the single best Easy A in the game right now. And so I'm fine with him being number 8. But personally, I would swap Zamasu with Vegito Blue. Zamasu's good. Zamasu's really good. I would just put Vegito Blue above them just because Vegito Blue, as you guys know, I'm probably Vegito Blue's biggest defender, which is probably why I would move him above Zamasu, but to be fair, Zamasu is also really good. Let's talk about each individual unit. When it comes to Orange Piccolo, what makes him so busted? It's everything, basically. The fact that he's so good at turn 1 gives him a lot of value with the guard and the damage reduction. The giant transformation is one of the most powerful things, if not the most powerful thing in the game right now. A lot of teams, really good leader skill. He's got if you pull this off, like if you get the full recovery and the extra 30% damage reduction, like that's just disgusting. Like, that's just you dirty boys. That's insane. Like, once you get that, there's no words to describe how good this guy is. So the fact that he's number 1 on this list, I'm not too critical. I'm really not. Next is Broly. If we're talking about transformed Broly, like full power Broly, like not only is this unit the best unit in the game, this Broly, when transformed, not only is the best, but he gaps GAPS, he gaps the rest of the game, including, but not limited to, Orange Piccolo. The issue is that he transforms turn 5. It's not the worst condition in the game, I concede. It's not ideal. Realistically, he should transform turn 4. Turn 4 and we're looking perfect. The fact that it's turn 5, even though it doesn't seem like a huge difference, it certainly does make a difference. Like I said, Broly should transform turn 4. Gogeta turn 3, we're looking good. But even with that said, even though he transforms turn 5, like if he had a better leader skill, even though it's not bad, but if he had a better leader skill and kept everything else the same, including the turn 5 transformation, I would probably put him on number 1. But I don't know, because his leader skill is not bad, to be fair. Honestly, the only change you realistically need to make is transform turn 4, and we're looking good. But even though it's turn 5, it's still not bad. One thing that I will say though is that throughout the anniversary, depending on what difficult content we get, like if Broly dominates the new difficult content more than Orange Piccolo, then Broly would be the number 1 unit and then Piccolo would be number 2. But as things stand, I think Piccolo, you can probably safely say he's number 1, then Broly number 2, then Gogeta number 3. Although if you want to say Bulma's better, I'm not going to criticize here. But to be fair though, Gogeta does damage, he creates rainbow orbs, he does the dodging, he's got a good active skill, he's got a good link set, he's even got a good leader skill. So I mean, you can safely say Gogeta number 3 and then Bulma number 4. But if you want to swap them, I'm not going to criticize you. Bulma, the perfect support unit, like I said. Double turn support, rainbow orbs, damage reduction, guard, really good active skill. Creates all the STR orbs, effective against all types. Extra support, including Ki plus 7. And then also, she can get the additional super, which is already guaranteed if you get the orbs. And she creates the orbs anyway. She can do decent damage, and Bulma's really good. I don't need to say any more. Before I continue, let's talk about the best builds for all the units as we go along. Orange Piccolo, full offensive build, crit and additional. If you want to give him dodge, it's not the worst thing ever, but crit and additional is definitely what you want to go with. Specifically crit, to be honest, although both would be good. Next is Broly. Like, Broly is the one where there is no wrong answer. If it was me, the build I would give Broly is a mix of everything. I would give him some crit, I would give him some additional, and I would give him some dodge. Just give him a mix of everything and you can't go wrong with that. I think that's a fine build for Broly. Gogeta, there is a wrong answer. The wrong answer is full crit. Give him 0 crit, not even 3 crit. Give him full dodge and the rest additional. That's exactly what you want to do with this guy. Bulma, full dodge, the rest additional, enough said. Gohan, full dodge, and then additional or crit if you want to, but I'll just go full dodge and I'm happy with that. GT Duo, realistically, full offensive build. Like I said, with the GT Duo, I don't think I discussed Gohan yet, did I? Like, with Gohan, he's good. Domain, damage reduction, one of the best units in the game. His only weakness is, like, turn 1, he can get a caught on AoEs, but turn 2 and he's looking fine. And after he supers, he's looking fine. Gohan is very good, enough said. He's just very good. I don't need to say any more there. The GT Duo, with their damage reduction, with their standby skill, they're looking good. Obviously, they can get caught on AoEs turn 1, but outside of that, they are still very good. The Super Saiyan Trio, like I said, they recently gained a lot of value, by the way. For Gohan dodge, I said, for the GT Duo, I'm going to say an offensive build, crit and additional. The Super Saiyan Trio, I would say also an offensive build. And also, I would say that, actually, I've already said this, but they gained a lot of value with these two over here. Not Orange Piccolo, with Broly and Gogeta, which is why I would potentially put the Super Saiyan Trio above the GT duo, but you can argue them in either order. Both of them have really good leader skills. This guy's leader skill is probably better at this point, just because the amount of buffs he's got. He's got Gohan, he's got the Broly and Gogeta, and himself, and then others. Yeah, he's good. Next is UI Goku. Not only is, by the way, the build for UI Goku is full dodge, no questions asked. And the reason this guy's so good is because of the dodge, but then on top of that, he's about to get even more value with AGL UI Goku. Once AGL UI Goku gets his Easy A in about a month or less, like that rotation, this guy with the other UI Goku, that's going to be one of the best rotations in the game. It would be so good that this guy might even go up on the list, just because of how powerful that rotation would be. Next is Zamasu on the truth list. Like I said, personally I've got Vegito Blue above him, but I'm not too critical of this, especially because the amount of damage reduction this guy has early on is crazy. Obviously the criticism with this guy is that the other villains around him are not that good, although Broly is really good. The issue with Broly is that he doesn't link well with this guy, but you can make it work. Yeah, you can certainly make it work, which is why this guy's on the top 10. And thing is, if I had more dupes in this guy, I would probably like him more, because personally I've only got him at 55%. At 55%, he's not spectacular. He's not bad, but he's not spectacular. But once you get dupes, he hugely benefits from dupes. Hugely benefits. And then Vegito Blue, one of the best slot 1 turn 1 units, one of, if not the best leader skill in the game, and those two things combined is exactly why I like this unit. Obviously this unit does have its weaknesses, specifically the transforming conditions, and realistically his guard should be permanent until you transform, or just transform turn 4 for free. One of those two things and this unit is perfect, but unfortunately their design is not perfect. But they are super good, like, make no mistake about it. Like, there is not a team in the game that I feel more confident with than with this guy's team. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why I like this unit, and that's why I think this unit is easily a top 5 valuable unit in the game. Let's do a quick subscriber challenge. Well, okay, actually wait, before I do that, let's talk about the builds. This guy, his build, I don't know, I'll be honest. I don't have dupes. If I had dupes, I would have thought about it, but I don't have dupes, so I've not really thought about it. With this guy, full dodge, no questions asked. Let's do a quick subscriber challenge. If you guys agree that the top 3 LRs in the game right now, in no particular order, are Gogeta, Broly and Orange Piccolo, then you have to subscribe, because that is the challenge. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then do subscribe, especially if you just failed that challenge, because that is indeed the challenge. Also, do leave a like and comment, because those things do help out. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Ta-ta, adios, and bye-bye.